Okay, so I will start with XRP first, and let me just do a little zoom out to the daily and just show you the MACD and the RSI. Yeah, computer's a bit laggy today. So you can see the RSI is the stock RSI is heading down. Excuse me, strong push down today, and the same with the MACD. The MACD again is another strong push to the downside today. So tomorrow with the MAs, there's 2 or 3 days that are going to turn. So it'll be interesting to see tomorrow if the continuation down is going to keep going, or will we have that bounce. So generally, what I'm looking at is that I'm in on a trade at 36.33, a short, and I'm looking to take profit at 34.50. So that's where I'm looking to take profit, because I think there's going to be a bit of a spike through the 50 MA on the daily. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking just for today's trade. Yeah. When I zoom into the EMAs, is it's following a same procedure, pretty much the same procedure as yesterday. So when I split the screens here, is here, I want this to be the 5 minute. So here's the 5 minute. So at the moment there was a drop this morning, and then the 5 minutes come back up and get tested a couple of times, broke through a little bit here. So this is the 5 minute, and then this is the 15 minute. So now it's after, you can see it's after testing the 55 on the 15 minute. Now the reversal signal for the up would be if the 20 crosses the 55 on the 15 minute on the way up. That would be the reversal signal. But you can see that it's pretty close to its peak, and I believe it's already coming down. Yeah. So I believe this time is when the 5 comes down, we'll probably get a decent bit of a spill. Yeah. And that's pretty much what happened yesterday. It was the same testing, and then it dropped. Here's the 1 hour, and the 1 hour again. You can see it's nearly back testing to the 20. Yeah. So here's yesterday's before the drop. Today's there was this drop earlier on. If it was quick enough, I would have got nice profit there, 30% there. But it was all in 1 hour. So I thought, okay, great for continuation. And then look, we end up having this same general procedure, and then I believe we're going to have our drop. Yeah. So great entry point, even better than 36, 33. So that's the 1 hour. Then I'm going to go and just show you something else. Go back to the full screen here. Just with what's changing is the 1 hour has crossed over. The 2 hour has crossed over. Let me go to 2 hour. The 2 hour has crossed over here, and again, there's the first initial drop, retrace. Looks like we're going again. Equally, the 3 hours crossed over, and the 4 hour has crossed over. So now you can see the 4 hour crossover here. When I zoom out, again, this is if this holds, is just in this whole consolidation phase here, you can see every time the 4 hour crosses over, there's levels down. So there's, on this one, there's 1, 2, there's 3 levels down, yeah. But and that's the bigger one. But on this one here, when it crosses over, there's 2 levels down. Crosses over, 2 levels down. Crosses over, 2 levels down. So crosses over is, again, this looks like one level, and then the next level after that. So 1, and so I think there's at least one more drop here. There may be more, but at least one more drop. And I have my target at 34.50. So that's my trade for today. If it was continuation for the upside tomorrow, potentially, you can see that it would still fit. It would still fit that curve, having a nice drop down here. Yeah. So I think we've got to see how the MAs turn tomorrow and how price action behaves tomorrow. Possibly there was on the daily the 55 broke, the 20 EMA broke, but maybe the 50 MA won't break. So that's what I'm watching out for. Yeah. Now some YouTube guys that I trust, they're calling for a down. They're suggesting that most likely it's going to head down and go beyond that. So I'm still very open to whatever direction it's going to go. Whatever way it goes, I'll go with it. So actually on this one here, yeah, this is on the 4 hour, and I said about this on the 4 hour, the 200 SMA and the 50 SMA, and it was playing sideways. Look for this whole. Sorry. We are recording.
I know. Sorry.
This whole sideways is it was playing within this range and is after breaking out of it. Yeah. So definitely looks for continuation anyway. Then is there anything else? It's fairly self-explanatory. This one here. So now, one of the reasons why I picked 3450 is if I treat this as a bear flag. I'll put this here like this, yeah. It brings me down to 34 or so, yeah. If there was another leg down, is then maybe I would take it from here and I would put it here, and this would take it down to 32.3. Now that also makes a lot of sense to me, because when you zoom out, and I'll put this on the 4 hour so it makes it clearer, yeah. There we go. As you can see, it would bring it down to these support lines here, basically touching off this channel again, yeah. So that would make sense. That would make sense as well, yeah. Potentially this red line at 33.25, yeah. Now when you put the fibs on it, so from here to there, and you look at the 786, the 786 is 34.20. So even having 34.50 as a target is again is reasonable. I know I had 702 yesterday, but the price action has moved on. It looks like it could get down here. So with the way things are looking, yeah. So that's what I have at the moment. Is anything else? One or two other things is, remember I spoke about this green line. These green lines, each one of these green lines is a parabolic drop. Look, boom, all of them. So we're after breaking this green line at the moment. So you can see it touched it there, broke through and recovered there. This time against how it broke through, back test is moving on down again. For now, is equally, if you look at this purple curved line all the way from here, yeah, you see the touches. You see all these touches? And again, it's after breaking that as well. So that's a really strong sign of divergence, a change. So that's offering a potential much bigger drop. But again, you'll sort of see it. You believe it when you see it, so to speak, yeah. I think it would need to start breaking below the start of this impulse at 32.5, and even more so to see a proper big drop is you want to see it break below 32.11. Having the breakout here is then I think we're heading for lower double bottom, possibly even lower lows, yeah, down to around I think about 23.50 or so. But that's something for another day. So that's it for now. I'm watching, as we're talking now, I am watching just a quick look over here. I'm just watching this this price at the moment. Okay, I thought I saw it go up a little bit more there. Yeah. So there's the 5. Look, there's the 5. There's the 15. So looking for a reversal here and for a break back down. So if you're looking at going in on an entry here and you're like, well, I want to be a little bit more secure, is watch for the 5, and when you see the 20 cross the 55 again, if it does, that's a great opportunity for a trade. If you see the 20 cross the 55 and then break the VWAP, that's going to be a strong pump. That'll be a strong push down. So watch for that as well in the coming hour or two. Yeah, and that's it for me. Nice and straightforward. I suppose you could talk about the channel lines, because I promised myself I'd do it more. So remember, here's the red lines of the 4 hour and the white lines of the 1 hour. Is it wicked down to one of the 1 hour support lines at 35.93, broke through it. A little bit of a bounce back from it. Now we get a breakthrough and come down and bounce off 34.85, and again I think we get a bit of a wick through. You can see the support here. You can see like there's a mid support line here as well. I reckon we get a push to that as well. And 34.36 is where the 50 MA is on the daily. So my target is really where the 50 MA is on the daily. I definitely think it's going to have a touch off that, yeah. And probably get a decent bit of a bounce off that. So there may be a bit of a recoil off that before potentially it comes down again. But we'll watch that. And again, if on the 15-minute EMA's turns here, might be a good opportunity to go in and catch a long here if that happens. Okay, so that's it. That's me for now. I'll hand you over to Mihaela in a moment.
Good morning, everyone. Now, let's see. Let's start with Bitcoin first, and I'll start with the daily MAs, because Bitcoin is setting the intention now. Okay, now I'll hide my drawings and I'll change to the day. Okay, so Bitcoin has gone through the 20 MA on the daily, and now it looks like it's making a retracement upwards, and it's holding the 10 on the daily at the moment. Now the 20 on the daily has not only been broken, but it's made a lower low compared to the previous candle. So it is a down candle. Yesterday was a down candle, and the candle that we have today is a down candle too. So the downtrend should continue. Now price action is not under the 20 at the moment, but that shouldn't influence unless there's a massive pump up and it gains all the support of the 20, the 10, the 5, all of this, and it holds for a couple of hours. And of course the MAs on the 4 hours, for instance, we're still in a downtrend. So if I am to look at the daily and the size of the wick at the moment, I'd say we are definitely continuing downwards. And my initial thought would be we're coming down to test the 50 on the daily, because this is generally what happens when the 20 breaks. It's going to come down and test the 50. 21.6. I am in a short in Bitcoin at the moment, and I believe, and 21.6 is my target. I will be watching it. I think 21.6, 21.7. But yeah, I believe that the 50 will be the next one to be tested. Now, the reason for that is not just that it is my next main MA. It's also the massive peak formation that we have here. Like, I will hide the drawings. So here is a massive M. So we have a double top between these two tops. And then if we consider the previous one, it's a triple top. So this is a rounded top formation. I don't believe that this, and it signifies that price has been rejected at this level. I don't believe that price is being rejected at this level to only come down and backtest the 20. It's been rejected too many times at this level. So I believe that it would need a bounce off the 50, and then when it bounces off the 50, we're gonna see where that puts us. And my thought is also backed up by what's happening on the shorter time frame. There we go. So our 15-minute arc came back here to base. There we go. It is slightly, it's a descending arc. So we've had level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 3 went actually super deep, and I had this calculated from this top formation. So all of this like a massive spilling cup. I took the technical target and I put it here, and look where it takes us, right on the spot. 22 500. 22.6 was my target for the short yesterday. No, it was 22.9. 22.9. I didn't do this one. I stopped shorting here. I let it play out, and I said I was going to watch it today. So on the arc, what we're going to have probably somewhere around here will be the double top. We might have a bit of sideways in the London session with a little bit of double top formation, and then the first drop. And because we are in a descending arc, we might actually come down a little bit lower. There it is, the 4-hour structure. Now, where's my 1 hour? Okay. I won't go to the 1 hour. I'll stay on the 4-hour structure.
Can I suggest to you?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the 3-hour and the 9-hour on XRP.
Yeah.
The 3-hour showed a back test from 200 and it's pushing down.
Okay.
And the 9-hour is pushing down. So have a look at the 3 and 9-hour and see what it says on Bitcoin.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity.
Very good. Okay. On the MAs.
Yeah, because it just turned at 12 o'clock.
Okay, let me let me just do this though. They might not be. Yeah, I see what you mean here. On the 3, I don't have too much information to.
Can you stretch it out? Okay, well let's work. You can see continuation down.
Yeah,
see the 5 looking to turn down there?
Yeah, the 5 is looking to turn down. The 10 is coming down quite strongly. The 20 is leveling out, but I'm pretty sure if this continues downwards, it'll follow as well.
Yeah, looks like it's setting itself up for a spell.
I think it is. Well, that's I want
or another 3 hours down. Anyway.
another 3 hours down. Yeah, another 3 hours down. I wanted, yes, perfect. This is where I wanted to take you. The daily will confirm this as well. So this is where
You're
we.
back on the 4 hour.
I'm back on the 4 hour. Yeah, yeah. That's how much I can I can stay on the MAs.
You don't like the odd numbers?
No, I don't like the odd numbers. I don't like the odd numbers. So this is where we are on our weekly setup. So when we set up the trades this week, we had the target here at 21.9 because I didn't know if there was going to be enough energy to push it to the midline. It did push it to the midline. Now it looks like it's bouncing off the midline. I'm not sure this is going to continue. It didn't break the midline, so it can still go both ways. It can go up to the previous neckline formation and then come down. But what I'm looking at for the moment is the midline being broken. That will be our confirmation for a short. Our confirmation for a long would be getting some support on the 1 hour. There we go. On the 1 hour, we are testing for the first time since the peak formation. We are testing the 20 EMA. So if we close the previous hour above the 20 EMA, but the stochastic on the 1 hour is extended, and so is the 15, and so is the 5. So the shorter time frames might have needed a lot of energy to get to where they are right now. I don't believe we are done with the drop, because we've in the bigger time frame. I know that on the 15-minute it looks like the 3 levels is complete, but on the bigger time frame, there might be another level down. Now this level down, I have it here in the original wedge as the 21.2. We've seen the 50 on the daily be at 21.65, and now I'm going to layer in my final part, which is the daily channel at 21.2. So we might get to 21.2, somewhere around 21.5, 21.4, 21.6. Again, I'm going for the more obvious. That would be my my target for this. Of course, for that we would need to have our we need to have this on the 2 hour, the 20 cross the 55 on the way down. This still needs to keep pushing down. So for my short, I don't particularly like the way it's holding the 20 EMA at the moment. I'd like to see that broken, and once that is broken again, I'm pretty sure this midline will be broken, and I'll take my profit at 21.6 and see what it wants to do from there. Now, there is, again, same as yesterday, there is a little bit of conflicting information on the stochastic because the 1 hour is maxed out, whereas the 4 hour has just crossed up. Now, it can do a little bit of sideways, downwards situation. That can happen as well. I'm going to remove this line because this is not we don't need that anymore. So this is where we are on the 4 hour wedge formation. Again, if this wedge formation looks like it still has space to go, to be honest, like it could go all the way up here if the 4 hour momentum continues, but we need confirmation on the 1 hour that the 4 hour continues. And I believe at the moment we are breaking through the 20 EMA on the 1 hour. Yeah, it's almost breaking through. So overall, just to summarize, because I know I've given you a lot of information, I believe that there's another leg down coming to the 50 MA on the daily around 21.6, 21.7. It might go lower to around 21.2. That can happen as well. So if you want to leave something to get some extra profit, you could do that, and then move your stop loss at 21.6 and leave the rest in, so you know you're getting everything if it retraces back up. So that's where Bitcoin is now. For Ethereum, okay, so Ethereum is the slowest mover of the three, because its arc might be an ascending one or not. Like what it looks like to me here is mid-range high. So it looks like Ethereum has done its mid-range high at the moment. Just to change to the 1 hour. At the moment, it has, again, it's a lot higher than Bitcoin in terms of MA support. It's got back up. It's got back above the level 2 support line, which is where this white line is. It still has one level down to go. It came quite close, but again, the way Ethereum makes these moves, it looks like it's reversing. It looks like it's consolidating just to turn the other way. Same as for Bitcoin, I believe there is another leg down. Ethereum is not as Not as dramatic on the daily though. Like it hasn't even come down to test the 20. But what it did yesterday was the 20 crossed the 200 on the daily on Ethereum. So this is what might hold it at this pace. Ethereum has different fundamentals at the moment because of what's going to happen. Technically, they're going to do an important upgrade in September, and there's a lot of positive news as to how this is going to improve the network. So it might attract the likes of investors, or again, this might just be a pattern interrupt. In terms of where the market is going and where Ethereum is going. Also, what are they talking about? No, that's the flippening when Ethereum becomes bigger than.
Well, they're suggesting that with this new merge, it may be also the trigger for Bitcoin becoming the biggest player in the market
for Ethereum.
The flippening. Ethereum breaking Bitcoin.
Yeah,
it will eventually happen. It'll be interesting to see Bitcoin slowly go down
the gold route.
Yeah, and then it'll have a ceiling where when utility really kicks in, the value in the other ones is going to just way outpace Bitcoin.
Yeah. I believe that will happen too, because Bitcoin's I just find it heavier in value to manipulate. So it is becoming more and more expensive. So I think in terms of transactions, payments, it's not doing what it was designed to do. Because it was meant to be a peer-to-peer currency,
that's right,
cryptocurrency exchange, and it
doesn't look like they're willing to actually change it to, which is what Ethereum's doing. It's changing the way the miners work that lower the fees. And also the ability to process vast amounts of payments for low cost. Where unless Bitcoin changes that, how can it become valued money where it can be changed in the smallest amounts? Yeah. Without costing a fortune.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at this, and I believe this is a 1 hour arc that we're in. And I believe that we've had mountaintop, and I believe this is a peak formation. It's a bit of a clearer peak formation than with Bitcoin. But so you see this 20 crossing over the 200 on the daily. The way I see this is it offers more scope for a drop down, because when the 5 is going to turn, the 5's not only going to cross the 10 and the 20, the 5's also going to come crossing over the 200 again when it crosses down. So that might actually be a bigger push down. Of course, this 5 will turn when price action is below the 20. So that's not going to happen in the next, I don't know, the next hours or so. This is going to be a step-by-step process. In terms of more immediate feedback, for Ethereum, the 200 on the 4 hour is what's been holding this whole swing up. It's been tested 1, 2, 3 times. So now it looks like when this one breaks, and it's quite close, it's 50 points away from breaking. When this one breaks, we're going to have a nice drop down. And my trade projections, yesterday we've had this target met, we've had the next target met. Now we're looking at the next target, and again I put the target right here in the middle, where the more support, where the more solid support and resistance line is. But it can absolutely go down to here. So the 1500s, early 1500s, rather than mid or late 1500s. Yes. So again, we're going down level by level to make sure we are following closely what price action is doing, because it could turn around where it is. It's very close to the 20 20 on the daily to go both ways, either bounce off and head up for a higher high, or come down and do another leg down in the bigger picture. That's all. That's all for me today. I am in two shorts, as Roy was saying, one in XRP, one in Bitcoin, and I am looking to hold it till 21.6 for Bitcoin, 30.45 for XRP, and the invalidation would be, again, watching to see what support it gains on the 1 hour, because that's where it generally gets rejected first. That's it. Have a great day trading, and have a great day enjoying the sun as well in the UK.